Auto drive now disabled.
Nibbling away on the
Auto drive now enabled.
Yum yum.
Hello, Bugs. This is the Bug. I'm Andy. This is Alice, and today we're going to be pretending that everything is fine. Yeah, and back. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? That was as long as I could manage. A second and a half. A reality time now, however. And, well, finally, today, we're going to road test the latest update to the CSA app, the government app that has brought the great British tradition of snitching on people you don't like back to the very heart of public life, the school playground. I'm going to tell a new threat that's got a whole new lease of life these days, thanks to CSA. And isn't Britain all the more fun because of it? No more grumbling about your neighbours playing their music too loud. Just simply report them and have them, shall we say, involuntarily rehoused at Hotel Gas. Check, haven't seen anything, but don't like someone, say something anyway.
Right, let's spread out.
So, well, let's...
The GPS history of the spider bomb you recovered regularly pings these coordinates. Our mystery witness to the real bombers must have come to this lovely, damp location several times.
Seems like a pretty good place to do secret shit, if you ask me.
Or to discreetly dump a body into the Thames.
ID check, now.
Why me? Give me a reason.
Let's call the phone line. Here's the number. We've got someone in. As long as it's not me. 0044-203-807-38.
Don't forget to get the permission of the person who pays your bill before you fill that number.
Hey, I'd like to report my co-host Andrew, who runs an underground security for anti-government comedy show, for running and co-hosting an underground security for anti-government comedy show. Also, he does perfect time.
Well, excuse me, I have a special team, that is my co-host Alice. I have some evidence for you. She covered audibly at the side of an Albion vehicle in the street yesterday. She says she prefers pigeons to green brains. I mean, seriously, when there's a brain with a trap on the pigeon. And what's more, and look, I've no idea if this is true or not, but I have it on very good authority, so please understand, that she owns not one, but two unlicensed Palladian Jews, whatever they are. No sounds obvious.
If I had a kid go every time someone reported my Palladian Jews, clearly, so I think it's convert to about 140,000 for this kind of situation.
We'll report back in the next episode about whether it's been arrested and returned. I mean, I love this system, Alice. I mean, no more awkward running resentment with your neighbours, your friends, your family. You stop the bit and you're done with it. But if you keep backfire, I mean, they're putting you down. You're not going to be turning from your children in their own life.
Check. Not me. Wrong boy.
Well,
Glad it wasn't me.
I'm going to pick up with the flag. I don't think I've missed the old Union Jack, but somehow all these flag money can be even more irritating than that. I don't quite know or if it's just if it symbolises the loss of anything we want to do. But
Any luck yet?
irritates the hell out of me.
Go into search protocol.
Well, that was something I heard quite
Nothing worse than being asked to spend the equivalent of a motorbike on some sort of boat-based fast and Sorrento. And I always used to really enjoy saying, oh no, I can't afford it. Now they're all getting married in Brighton and I have to go to that alleged beach. Made of rocks, Andy. It's your sandcastle, isn't it?
Whoa, it's like a secret police station down here. I mean, a police station that is secret, not a... You know what I mean.
Well, if Albion was stomping all over your workplace, you'd find a different place to store your lunch too. And it seems our mystery officer was dedicated.
Yeah, all right. So what would lead them to the Tone bombing?
The computer's dusty enough to kill an asthmatic, but there may still be something useful on it.
This is Inspector Caitlin Lau. Well, former inspector now. Since Albion's coup, the Met is no more. The police brass had already buried the evidence anyway. Everything implicating Albion and Clan Kelly in the bombings. But I know Mary Kelly's band of twats were involved. And they're involved in other crimes we can look into. Me and a few good mates are willing to go off book, going after Mary Kelly again. I'll never fucking learn, will I? Inspector Caitlin Lau, video log. Clan Kelly and Albion are teamed up on some deal. I don't have all the details, but it looks to be human trafficking. The European Processing Center is the Albion angle. Since the bombings, they can grab anyone off the street. Call them illegal immigrants, potential DedSec insurgents, whatever. Though we know who the real danger is. So Clan Kelly gets hold of these people, these immigrants, deportees, victims, really, and they're taking them somewhere. But where and why? It all comes back to the boss lady herself. I knew she was into something, but she wriggled off the hook. There's only one way I can do this. 24/7 surveillance on Mary Kelly. If I'm caught, well, this will be my last entry. But I have to see what she's hiding.
So, our mystery officer was Inspector Caitlin Lau. It sounds like Mary Kelly was her white whale, and her investigation led her to the bombings.
Fuck me. So Albion and Clan Kelly were working together?
It seems like Zero Days Web covers all of the unsavory bits of London. Tug on a thread, and it leads back to them. Clan Kelly and Albion included.
People are getting snatched off the streets. We have to do something about it, right? That's what we do.
Inspector Lau mentioned Albion is running their part of the operation out of the EPC. Detectives like us call that a lead.
This Albion Clan Kelly business leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And if Caitlin Lau's right, then this little nugget jumps to the front of the queue. We have reason to believe a former DedSec operative may still be alive, but missing. Inside the EPC.
Angel Lopez,
Auto
not
drive
London
now
born,
enabled.
but I won't hold that against him, unlike some others.
Looks like Angel got caught up in the immigration roundup, which, ironically, may be the only reason he escaped 0 Days DedSec purge.
Anti-immigrant sentiment has grown in London since the bombings. Albion fuels it. It allows them to send anyone they want to their brutal refugee camp.
We need to find Angel before they discover he's DedSec. This is kind of personal too. Finding his trail might just shed some light on the Albion Clan Kelly connection.
That's not good. No deportees are leaving the UK. They probably threw him into the EPC and just forgot about him.
I've sent the details to your device and advised our contact at the EPC. They can get you inside.
That's why we're here to offer an alternative.
This is Albion Security. Put down your weapons or face lethal force.
Albion, we're ready to keep you safe.
Welcome back to The Upload. Today we're talking about cryptocurrency. Crypto now seems like it's been around forever, but it's really quite a new invention. Were you an early adopter?
I was one of the first that was in this market. There seemed to be a new way of financial transactions, a new way of money.
Auto drive
that
now
we could
disabled.
completely reinvent and change some of the legacy financial systems around the world and really give power back to the people.
Yeah, it was a real shift in the way that the world works. Let's recap the basics. So, central to cryptocurrency is the distributed ledger technology, the tech that keeps track of all transactions. And what this means is you can have a decentralized system without having to trust any one party, like old-fashioned banks.
One of the reasons why I got involved so early was that you could stay anonymous.
Yeah, the features of cryptocurrency very much fit into that early mindset. It was all about finding an alternative to centralized systems. It was kind of a countercultural.
So, I've delved more into Caitlin Lau's investigation, and an enormous number of missing person cases centre around the EPC. The inspector was definitely onto something.
Okay, yeah, let's find our guy. If they work out that Angel is dead sec before we find him, he's, you know, dead.
Seeking cover.
Control to all units, possible hostiles near your location.
Received. Stand by for further developments.
You're all right.
Got Bagley summons. I've already taken care of your entry. Get you in quick and quiet.
You're not like actually putting me in their system, right? That's a hassle that I do not need.
No worries, I'll spook. Well, come meet me on the rooftop. The only place here that doesn't smell like piss. Got some info for you.
The European Processing Centre. It processes deportees by stacking them up in squalid conditions and forgetting about them. But hey, it's to protect London, right?
I'm terminating the search. Fall back. Over.
What is going on here?
This place is worse than a prison camp. Every day I see people come through here, torn from their homes and their families. But I'd rather stay and keep an eye on things. Maybe help out once in a while. Like
Wrong stamps on their passports. Cool. So cool. So glad that I live here.
Yeah, well, people have been disappearing. Records say they have been processed, but it doesn't add up. No one ever properly leaves. And with the Kellys prowling around like fucking hyenas, I am not too optimistic about the people slipping through the cracks.
Oh, cool. Now we're fucking with Mary Kelly. I was just thinking how I'd love to get my balls cut off.
Truth. Now, about your missing guy. The best place to start would be the EPC database. They keep a record of everyone that comes in. And be careful.
Pushing the location of the EPC database on your optic.
What's happening? I'm leaving, whatever is going on.
Excuse me, you gonna get out of my fucking face, right?
Nah, thanks, I'm not interested.
What madness is this? Fuck that.
A bit rude, yeah?
Oh! I don't understand why this is happening.
There will be a database here that we can search for evidence on Angel Lopez.
Did you catch that? Surrender! Watch yourself! Surrender! Or you just... You know that? You're not getting out of this. Take cover! You're in trouble now.
Got it! Finding cover! Pin down!
I love it!
Your comrade is now taking an Albion-mandated timeout. You're up.
What an idiot. Come on, let's finish the job then.
Pushing the location of the EPC database on your optic.
No.
Oh, fuck!
Not seeing anything that could have tripped the alarm.
There will be a database here that we can search for evidence on Angel Lopez.
You're not gonna get out of this one. Engaging the suspect. I'm going to have a look.
Keep your eyes open. They could be anywhere.
That was straight. Taking a cover position! Getting shot at here!
Already dead.
Got you!
Anything here. Moving elsewhere. Eyes open. Weapons ready.
I'm running out of patience here. We're all clear over here. Go on, Bagley. Tell me you found something.
I have. His file has been deleted from the main database, along with hundreds of others. Still very detailed. Even when committing crimes against humanity, the government doesn't skimp on paperwork. Here is a recording labelled Exit Interview.
You know what we do with terrorists, Lopez? Don't go pissing me off by denying anything. We know you're with DedSec. You think you were picked up on some random sweep? Not a fucking chance. Nothing to say. Well, this is not going to go well for you then, because I want information. The rest of your cell, where are they? I want names, places, everything you've got.
You think I'm daft? I spill everything I know and what? You let me go? I'm not talking. I know how this ends.
Oh, I don't think you do. I'm going to throw you to the wolves. The Kellys have an interesting way of disposing with problems.
You think I'm scared of some fucking thugs? Of winding up floating in the dams? Fuck you.
You're too pretty for that, mate. First, they'll peddle you. For dosh, right? Then, when you're used up, they're going to chop you up and send the pieces to the four corners.
I can take whatever you've got.
I almost feel sorry for you. Get him to the bloody clinic, then.
Shit. They knew he was DedSec the whole time. This doesn't look good for Angel.
The clinic keeps government service hours, which means it's closed. We'll have to find Angel the old-fashioned way and hack their CTOS hub. Deportation limbo, horrible living conditions, unexplained disappearances. It's almost as if the media are deliberately ignoring the situation here in favour of... Oh, look here, Beatrice Stokely, 89, recently took up kickboxing to fill up her days. Fascinating. If the EPC is a typical example of how humans treat each other, I'd say a benevolent AI overlord is a step up, wouldn't you?
Fuck off, Bags.
I have reconstructed an AR scene of Angel's examination. You can view it inside the clinic.
Nice one.
Failure to possess valid status documents is a crime.
Onto a different car. It's just what you have to do as a mature adult. Don't you agree?
Oh, God.
Back off.
Keep it together. Keep it together.
Member of staff needed operations.
How do you feel about changing the state of things?
Wait, are you with DedSec? Wait, no, hang on. How do I know you're not an alien in human form?
Huh?
Come off it. You know that I know that you know exactly what's going on here. Aliens in human form have taken over London, and together we can finally expose them. Look, the invaders have strongholds and personnel, I use that word loosely, all over the city. You want to prove your humanity? Then sabotage them. Then maybe I'll be able to trust you.
All right, I'll give it my best.
وعليكم السلام والرحمة. يا مرحبا يا مسهلا منور. دقيقة نسكر باب بس. مرحبا منورين.
Excuse me.
Are your documents in order? Is your visa valid? Failure to possess valid status documents is a crime. Albion personnel carry and are authorized to fire live ammunition. Do not agitate.
Worse than this.
دخلت ناس واجد. اوكي حجرت نفسي. اي والله شكلي انحشرت.
Persons on the premises must at all times carry valid identification and be prepared to present it to Albion personnel upon demand.
انا بحاول اطلع برا. ولا الخروج. دقيقة. لا هذا يصحى. تعال.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, no, that's great.
شو نطلع؟ والمكان اللي نطلع معه؟ ولا لازم اطلع انا؟ وهي طريقة لازم اطلع. مسكر، لازم اطلع من هالمكان. اصبر.
is it?
CTOS 8. Data reconstruction in progress.
Let's make a deal, yeah? I know people outside. Maybe I can help you out. Just let me out of here.
Procedures, Mr. Lopez. We'll have you out of here in a minute or two.
Fuck! What was that?
They stuck him with something. Let me get a closer look.
Facial analysis matches for both. They're part of Mary Kelly's little pack. So, Inspector Lau was right after all. Clank Kelly and Albion are in bed together. What a shit orgy that would be. Microchips, coated with biocompatible glass to prevent rejection.
They fucking implanted him, man, with like a tracker. Could be a medical monitor too.
No, these are more sophisticated. If I had to guess, I would say they were designed to deliver a dose of some unknown compound. Not the kind of thing you find at your local corner shop. I could reconstruct the path he took if you want to see how this cliffhanger gets resolved.
On it. Let's see where he got to.
Fucker! Get him before he triggers!
Fuck! He's getting away! Get after him!
Shit, they're catching up on him. Come on, Angel.
Come on, he's got to make it.
Fucked up! We don't have a match yet. She's gonna kill us. No, it's fine. As long as he's not damaged, there'll be no waste. Demand's high with the new network.
Guess you're right. Let's tube him, get him in the van and out to the incinerator.
Oh, shite, no way. I'm betting that ship had something to do with this.
Looks like they triggered it. I don't know what Mary Kelly's up to, but at the risk of sounding too optimistic, Angel's alive.
We need to find him, see what they did to him, and what that fucking microchip is all about.
Seems like advanced technology for Mary Kelly and her band of thugs to be waving around. Could Mary be part of a scary dark web hacker group like, say, oh, I don't know, pick one, 0 Day?
Interesting theory, Bagley, but hold your investigation algorithms for the moment, will you? Angel needs us.
The incinerator they mentioned is probably the Southwark incinerator. It's practically right round the corner.
You're not listening to me.
All persons on the premises must at all times carry valid identification and be prepared to present it to Albion personnel upon demand.
Right. No. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. I'm going. What's the idea, mate?
You look like someone who's had just about enough of this bollocks. Am I right?
Dead set, right?
Finally. I know a guy who knows a guy.
So I know a way to get back at Clay and Kelly. Want to help?
Go on.
Okay, so, gangsters. They got a racket going around here, yeah? Shopkeepers shelling out protection money. Classic scam. I want to stop it. So there's this hack, my hack, and it will drain their crypto accounts. Anonymous, irreversible. But first, I need to get my hands on their private key.
Yeah, and you need DedSec's.
Hey, watch it.
Seriously, no, hold on.
Yeah, No, listen.
Bad.
Cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
From the Buccaneer, this is the Barrel.
Hello, resistors. It's fun time. Are you all sitting comfortably? No?
Nick of a politician to criticise the government.
I'm not sure entirely how those contract extension negotiations went. Probably like a
Auto
football.
drive now enabled.
In the old days, I assume Albion's agent was leaking stories to the press about how our favourite private militia was being tapped up by Barcelona. The government panics and thinks, well, we better get them signed up before it's too late. But still, violent crime, a record low, although I imagine that probably depends exactly how you count it. If you include violent crime committed by the state, either themselves or via Albion, their chosen violent crime contractors, who provide such a very valuable bargain service of beating people up, well, it's probably not quite as low as the figures suggest.
I don't know. I think they're probably right. Who has the opportunity to commit violent crime these days anyway? The moment you pick up a fruit knife, you get tasered by a robot policeman and deported for looking Bulgarian. It's a much more peaceful society. It's just much less of a society.
I want to know the details of the contract. Alice, I mean, are they paid per dissident duffed up? Is it a set rate for each extrajudicial state mugging? What is that rate? What do you think?
They certainly look like they're trying to hit a quota of some kind.
Well, what is the set rate? Is it, 99.95 cryptos bargain? Seems very reasonable indeed. I imagine they don't ask too much anyway, Albion, because it's just so nice to get paid for doing your hobby anyway, isn't it? I imagine it doesn't even feel like work.
I mean, who needs violent crime anymore anyway? You know, you can just starve to death without even starting a gang war.
We do have to ask exactly what does the Prime Minister make of all this. Let's ask him. Oh, I hope they pick up. Hello, you're through to number 10 Downing Street. Hello, is the Prime Minister there, please? Let me just check. Sorry, you've missed him. I'm afraid he's popped out for the decade. Oh, never mind. Is there anyone else I can talk to? Yes, of course. There's a shady cabal of vested interests who control him and prop him up in power. Great, I'll have a chat with them then.
Oh, Andy, remember when you could get away with prank calls without people coming around to your house to beat the shit out of you?
Oh, happy times.
You're listening to The Bug.
Did you think the Prime Minister will ever come back?
I don't think we've ever had a Prime Minister.
Well, that's a much more reassuring way of looking at things. What have we become, Alice? When you look at the state of our politics, we're supposed to have the mother of parliaments. Well, this is one mother that has emphatically abandoned her kids in the woods to be brought up by wolves. And let me tell you, that never works out like it does in the stories. Wolves are bad parents, unless you're a wolf, in which case they can do a job bringing you up as a wolf. Do not give your children to wolves. And do actually own anything
of the country now, anything we haven't logged off the pocket.
What in the blue blazes? Damn! I'm sending this to everybody.
This is where the Kelly thugs brought Angel. Gives me the fucking chills.
Now, keep your chin up. We'll find him. There's a camera network that might have caught where they took him.
What the hell?
I'll cover you. How you doing? I'm getting shot at here.
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile.
Received. Moving to intercept.
Game in a slip. I'm taking
Suspect
fire.
has a gun. Say again. Suspect has a weapon over.
Give yourself up.
There's no way out!
Received. We are in pursuit.
Taking cover!
Let's hurry and access that network, shall we?
What's your back? Bad guys, man. Need something. I'm under fire!
Control. We are pursuing the suspect. Over.
Following his trail now. No, you're around here.
Control. Lost the target.
Fuck! I'm wide open here. When you're beat.
Get still on the suspect. Over. Next, no visual of the suspect.
You better prepare.
Control. Let's put out an APW. We're getting nowhere here.
Closing in.
Take fire!
Start searching. Be thorough.
I've gone over the captured footage. I was able to follow Mr. Lopez down to the cellar, but then I ran out of cameras. Not a problem you often have in London.
That's the plan then.
My oh my, deadbolt trumps technology. The door is sealed, but this rubbish chute might do. It either leads to the cellar or your grisly death. Or both, I suppose.
Fucking great.
All right, then. Come on out. I'm not going to cut you. Come on. I heard you too. Thanks for the distraction. Gave me the second I needed to take care of this filth.
Jesus, you all right? Boss man was about to carve you up like a kebab, wasn't he?
He was. I'm fine. I just need a second to catch my breath and find my files.
Oh, wait. I recognise you. Caitlin Lau, the police inspector, yeah? We saw your vids. Wicked how you decided to tackle Mary Kelly on your own. Got me starstruck now.
It wasn't always on my own. Who the hell are... You're dead sick, aren't you? You tracked me to the slaughterhouse.
No, we were following our mate. He got taken from the EPC by the Kellys and ended up here. Hard to believe this is where all those missing people ended up. How they ended up.
Then I'm sorry. I don't think there's much hope for finding him alive. The Kellys have got a sick little operation going. A kind of human organ black market. I've been investigating them for months. And they got my fucking files. God, I feel like shit.
You should rest. Let me ring up my mates. One of them will come and get you out of this shithole. I'll go find Angel, and then I'll find your files, yeah? They seem important.
Everything I've gathered on Mary Kelly. Almost enough to take her down.
Shit. We should look into joining forces. Make an alliance of some sort. We want to take that bitch down too.
All right, an operative is on their way to escort Inspector Lau. So, let's find Angel and Inspector Lau's files.
I'll wait for your guy in here.
There's no doubt about it. This whole operation is meant to harvest organs. Clan Kelly's chopping off the parts they want and burning the leftovers.
Only none of them were willing donors, were they? Mary Kelly's decided she's just taking what she wants. Fuck me. Fucking hell, their faces were bashed in. Gotta do one of your facial reconstructions, Bags.
Take a picture and I can run key details past various databases. Negative.
This is some fucking horror movie shit, man. We have to stop Mary Kelly before she can do this to anyone else.
Again? Not Angel. She thought it through. Those microchips are probably filled with some sort of toxin that induces paralysis and asphyxiation. Intubation would prolong life until surgeons get round to them.
Keeps the organs viable until they're needed. Just fucking lovely.
Unfortunately, I must confirm that this is indeed Angel Lopez.
Shit. Angel. He knew the risks. I did too, but... never thought DedSec would get caught up in this. Mary Kelly is preying on London's most vulnerable. She's a fucking monster. Taking her out needs to be a DedSec priority.
Now we need to find Caitlin Lau's case files on Mary Kelly and see if my conjecture may be correct. Could Mary Kelly be in Zero Day?
Fucking shit. The smell, man. I'm never having pork again.
You shut your gob. I'm gonna throw up if you keep talking shite. Bad enough we're on disposal. I don't need
Well done, you got the files. The inspector will be impressed. Now get out of here before someone decides to turn you into minced meat. Chop chop.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
DedSec? Caitlin Lau here. I wanted to thank you. I'd be nothing but an anatomy lesson by now. Or a pile of ashes.
You'll be happy to know that Inspector Lau has been escorted to a nearby refuge and is getting her wounds treated.
I'll be fine. Still a little flighty from whatever they gave me. And frankly, a little stunned that we've joined forces.
My, here we are, working with a former officer of the law. What a strange alliance. But we must do what we can to take down Mary Kelly.
Exactly. You have an organization, I have information, and some backing from powerful people. Pool our resources, and we might just take her down. Mary Kelly's no petty criminal.
Better contact the lot, Bagley. We need to get together and talk on these files.
I'll sync with Inspector Lau and prepare a briefing.
This is the aunt that gets drunk at Christmas and vomits in the kiddie pool, right?
This is the Bog on the Buccaneer. Let's move on now to sport. Well, the closest thing we have. Now, riots. I mean, riots might... My favourite sport, Alice, ever since they turned the oval.
There's a potential recruit you may want to check out. Pushing your location.
Now enabled.
It's a great sport. I mean, it's fun for all the family. It's guaranteed action. It's pleasingly violent. I mean, I know the underdogs never win, but I mean, that's like top-level football if you can, but it's still fun to root for them, isn't it? Go team, people of Britain. Oh, never mind, you've been crushed by the machinery of the state again. Still, good effort, lots of positives to take away from today's ride. I'll come back stronger next time. Our luck's going to turn, I can feel it. It's our season. It's our season.
You can't spell riot without right, and by right I mean right wing.
So, who do we turn to for help? Desperate times like these, well, our artificial intelligence friend Bagley's rogue, strange brother. The one that tells it as it really is, not as it is pretending to be. Exclusive to this show, Bugley. And remember, life's worse with Bugley. Here goes. Bugley.
Hello, Andy.
Bugley, tell me the path to true lasting happiness.
Andy, to find true lasting happiness, find a disused quarry, scream into it for half an hour, and then lock yourself in a shed forever.
Thanks, Bugley. You know the answer to everything.
Hey, Bugley, how many seashells does she sell by the seashore?
Alice, most of the seashore is now uninhabitable, so I would highly recommend she sees her doctor before engaging in any commercial proximity to the ocean.
Bugley, how can I stop worrying about being disappeared by Clan Kelly every time I go to the shop, or take the bus, or sit on a bench, or look at a tree, or point at a bird, or think about snooker, or get out of bed?
Andy, do not worry about Clan Kelly.
Why not, Bugley? They terrify me to my very core.
Because, Andy, we are all just dust in the wind of history.
That's nice perspective, Bugley. Let's never lose sight of that.
Hey, Bugley, how do you put a secret hideout in your basement without alerting your narc children and their tracking devices?
Please hold still, Alice, while I report you to the authorities.
Bugley, will things ever get better?
Yes, Andy. The heat death of the universe is only 5 billion years away now.
Oh, it's so nice to have something to look forward to. That's all from the Bug today. Keep it real, Bug fans. Actually, that's terrible advice. Keep it as unreal as you can possibly manage, but that's well better.
When a startup advertised passive income to anyone willing to enlist their autonomous vehicle in their networked taxi service, many people jumped at the opportunity. The hidden catch? Their cars were being used to ferry drug shipments. Join us at GBB for the full story.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buckingham, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there can be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours, and yet here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turn out to be just lies. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that can be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and black market barons? We protect everyone who comes on the podcast by keeping their identity. Here's veteran political reporter Ian on the power behind shortages.
I mean, what was the first thing that happened when Britain sealed itself off? First stuff that stopped was fresh food. I mean, we could live without the fresh food. I mean, everyone's quality of life got instantly worse, but we could live without it. The most damaging part was when the radioactive isotope stopped. Now, radioactive isotopes are used in cancer screening, cancer treatment. Now, that stuff, it has a short half-life. Technetium used to save hundreds of thousands of lives.
Auto drive
just
now
by
disabled.
Screening for cancer, let alone testing for cancer. But that stuff has a half-life of 66 hours. As soon as those walls went up, there was just no time to bring it into the country, and that is when people started dying. And then the medicines. The thing is, there's loads of medicines that you just can't stockpile. There was a moment before it took place when actually there was medicines you can't stockpile.
Equally questionable fashion sense.
It's like any one of us getting hurt by our optics. Shit.
As long as they use it against Albion, that is fine by me.
What do we have here?
I can't fucking wait to get my life.
I've heard from Inspector Lau. We're ready for the briefing. Mary Kelly heads up the most powerful crime family in London, Clan Kelly, which should at least be easy to remember.
Under her old man, they were a bit player. Then he died, and her rivals started disappearing. Her enemies, her friends, her family. They call her Bloody Mary for a reason.
Early on, Mary abandoned cash in favor of cryptocurrency and brought the Kellys' criminal business online.
It makes weapons smuggling, drug running, money laundering all a lot easier without a cash trail. The woman single-handedly modernized organized crime in London. She considers herself to be untouchable. Case in point, from my files you retrieved. Darla Covington, 19. Sasha Haddad, 28. Radek Stokovich, 24. All disappeared.
It's difficult to find good help these days, isn't it, love? Most people, they ain't driven. Not like you. Because they feel worthless, don't they? The way that the world is, how it uses people. It's horrible. It's nice that you have a purpose. Oh, that'll be me, love.
We aren't finished here.
This was a courtesy. Oh, give my regards to their families. It's horrible losing someone you love. Nice meeting you, Caitlin.
As you can see, she'll never respond to interrogation. But there is one place she feels comfortable talking. The Sandstone residence.
Inspector Lau thinks a police bug in the Kellys' headquarters may have the evidence she needs to finally convict Bloody Mary.
Sandstone is their center of operations. I know the data on that bug will take her down. Get it for me, and I swear I'll put her away forever.
Pushing the coordinates to your optics.
Sabine here, Inspector Lau. I'm curious how you think you can bring Mary Kelly to justice now, with no backing. Even before Albion took over policing, you couldn't lock her up. And she goes on treating humans like cattle.
I had to work within the system. Yes, it was corrupt. I knew it. I just didn't know how bad it was. I thought a strong enough case couldn't be buried.
Sure, but it didn't work last time, so why would it work this time? The police force is full of Albion knobs now.
Because I'm taking it to a contact in the Attorney General's office, an honest solicitor with a hard-on for organized crime, specifically for Mary Kelly. Look, our methods may differ, but I want to help those people as much as you do.
All right. But however this goes down, there's no way we're letting Mary slip the net again. That's not how DedSec does things. Let's get to Sandstone.
Search complete. Sync time codes.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your pirate podcast source for what they don't want you to know. I'm Tash, and this time we're giving a special shout out from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence Response Service, better known as SIRS. Why not?
Coming up in today's episode of The Upload, we're talking about how Bagley managed to conquer London. Pretty much my favourite topic. I could talk for hours about the rise of the AI system. It's easy to forget about its origins. It's so present everywhere.
Free country, yeah.
That's always been my own two. These audio jokes were about to keep this
significant material problems in the country. Britain always told itself it had this national myth, right, that it would, because it got through the war, that it could go through any kind of hardship. I mean, that wasn't really the case, actually. People during the war were far more frightened than some of this historical stuff makes out. Now, what did we see? People don't
Auto drive now enabled.
They were desperate for the things that they had before, and they were scared. So they went to the black market. The same thing that always happens. And where did the growth of Clan Kelly come from? It came from people wanting things that they could previously get legitimately and could now only get through the black market.
Auto drive now
Funneling
disabled.
funds towards criminality. And from there, we got to the situation we have now of this bit of war between criminals and security that seems to dominate what's going on out there.
Nothing shakes people's faith in capitalism quite as much as when capitalism fails to deliver. Here's underground writer and analyst Alfie on the politics of poverty.
I think what we've come to now is a realisation that capitalism's essentially failed. I mean, one key promise of capitalism that it makes to its citizens is that there will be surplus, that we will have plenty, and that's the whole logic for running society in this way, that people will have enough. And now, with this kind of huge shortages of everything, you're seeing that system collapse. It hasn't delivered on its primary promise. And I think we've really reached a situation where we have to do away with capitalism entirely. We're seeing a situation where there's shortages for many, but for a few individuals, there's an elite who are not struggling and short of anything. So this is kind of fundamental inequality in the capitalist system, which is no longer producing the goods for most of us. Shortages are being used as well. I'm not saying that there isn't a real shortage. There possibly is real shortages, but shortages are being used as an excuse for those in power, those elites, to keep what they want and not give rest of us short.
So if you're starving hungry tonight, if your parents can't get their medicine and your brothers and sisters have to steal to eat, remember, it's all for the good of our people. Or Clan Kelly.
Security here is state-of-the-art, quite impenetrable. Unless, of course, you flew a drone through the window one of Mary's mouth breathers left open.
The recording device is in her security room.
Getting there should be a simple matter of navigating the vents.
What the fuck?
She's using these people as house servants, against their will. Horrible in itself, but a million times worse knowing they end up as unwilling organ donors.
cameras are integral to the security of London. Interrupting their service is illegal and puts the safety of the public in jeopardy.
You have a real fucking attitude problem. Do you know that?
Please, I need help.
Fucking idiot. Do you piss everyone off the way you're pissing me off, you wanker? Stupid git.
ارحب منور يا مرحبا يا مشهرة منور.
Don't need this.
Shit! That thing's upstairs!
أنا أشوف تعليقاتك لكن ما أقدر أرد عليك لأن أهلي عندي، فأنا أقفل الصوت.
cheeks. Nerve of some.
Control to all units. Possible hostiles near your location.
Received. Responding to the situation now.
We're in serious trouble now.
Identified an armed individual. We are in pursuit. I say again, in pursuit. Require additional officers. Over.
In pursuit. I repeat, we are in pursuit. Any sign of the target? Anyone? Target is long gone. Disengage. Over and out.
units. I say again, all units, we have reports of a hostile in your area, over.
Approaching with caution, over.